so sorry, I didn't see you right away. Are you here to browse the shop? Or have you an interest in something else? You're here for a spiritual guidance appointment? Wonderful. Let me look up. Can I get your name for that, please? Ah, yes, I see you right here. Excellent. Welcome in. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Violin, and as you can tell, I am the owner of this shop. So, it looks like for your appointment you had scheduled a reading, a crystal grid creation, and then some potions to help you. Is that correct? Okay, excellent. Now, first we're going to start with the reading, get some lovely little bit of guidance on this delightful holiday. And I'm going to be using this beautiful deck. It is called the Inner Temple Oracle, and this one I feel is quite a powerful deck, or at least I seem to have quite the good connection with it because I always get such fascinating results from it. So an excellent choice, I think, for this particular day. And so what I'm going to do is a 3-card spread. Now, you wanted some protection sprinkled in with success and abundance, correct? It is very important to have some protection on this day when the veil is quite thin between the seen and the unseen. So, I'm going to do 3 cards, and the first card will be what you are seeing in your situation. The second card will be what you are not seeing, the unseen dangers that are lying just underneath. And then the third card will be the grounded action you can take to protect yourself. So go ahead, think of your question, and imagine a light at the center of your heart, and your favorite color, light, maybe a flower blooming at the center of your heart. And we are going to get this reading started. Always important to shuffle your cards quite well when you are doing a reading. And for me, I feel that shuffling my cards 3 times is a good number. So now I'm going to spread the cards across my lovely table. And keeping your question in mind, I want you to point at the cards that you feel are the ones that speak to you the most, the ones that are standing out to you the most. Trust your intuition and choose the cards that you would like. this one? Okay, this is your first card, the card that says what you are seeing in your current situation. Now let's pick the second card. You said this one? Okay, this is your second card. This is the dangers that you are not seeing that are lying underneath the surface of your situation. And now it's time for you to pick the third card, which is the grounded action you can take to circumvent those dangers. You said this one? Was it this one? Excellent. So this one is your grounded action. So I have all of your cards in order. I'm going to gather the rest of them up. And set them to the side. Your first card, your second card, and your third card. So, for your first card, I'm going to turn it over like this, and it seems that you've gotten what is called a polarity card. Now, this deck is quite unique in that it has cards that have two sides. They're part of the polarity suite. And so these sides have a topic and then the inverse of the topic. And you can take either one or both of the meanings in the cards. And it's fascinating that you got aligned, misaligned, and misaligned is face up. So let me look and see. Alignment is the highest vibration there is. This is because alignment is the ultimate harmony. Alignment doesn't pretend things are working or the sun is shining when it's not. It simply is. When people are aligned and authentic, we feel that congruence in our system. And when we speak in alignment and authentically, there's a resonance that can be deeply felt. It takes courage to be authentic and aligned, for it requires embracing what is, a welcoming of the truth. Choosing the authentic or aligned path isn't always the easiest option. Misalignment is an experience that we all know. That feeling when the record scratches, those sandpaper moments when something deep within us says, that isn't quite right. It's easy to ignore these moments, these bits of information from our inner senses, in an effort to keep the peace. But more often than not, our first instincts are always right, and sometimes it's easier to admit it sooner rather than later. If this card appears with aligned the right way up, it can be an indication that things are congruent and give the message of yes, yes, yes. If it appears with misaligned right side up, then you may choose to question what it is that's not quite in alignment for you. So it looks like perhaps there is something about your situation that you've noticed is not quite in alignment. And that is what you're seeing. Next, we are going to look at what you are not seeing. Hidden underneath the surface, potential dangers. Fascinating. Oh, this is curious because you've gotten two polarity cards at once. This is quite an interesting one. Destiny life and fated life. The fated life is the expected life, the one that's most likely and the one you live if external circumstances direct you. It It's the one you'll live if you believe what society, the people, and the systems say you are, and if you do what they say you should do. The fated life is the safe life, but living in it you may find that there's music still in you that longs to be expressed, or feeling of, is this all there is? The destiny life is the life that the soul dreams of. It requires listening to and trusting the wild and daring call within. It takes great courage to live the destiny life, for it requires that you trust yourself above all else. It requires you to truly live. With courage comes reward and fulfillment. The destiny life is the one you live when you choose to live consciously, to trust and follow the voice within, rather than heed the noise and influences outside you. You have a decision to make. Do you choose the fated life or the destiny life? Do you choose the safe option or the courageous one that makes you come alive? So this is a very interesting reading so far, and I am wondering if it is because it is facing me that this way might make more sense. What do you think? Is it supposed to be this way or this way? I think so too, because I think alignment is something that I feel is always shifting depending on what it is that you are doing. So perhaps you are either seeing things go from misalignment to alignment or vice versa. But underneath that question of alignment is whether you are following the path of the fated life or the destiny life. What is it that you are truly doing? Are you doing things that are in alignment? Because if you are doing things that are in alignment, you should be going along the path to the destiny life. But if they're in misalignment, then you might find yourself going down the path of the fated life, the safe and easy life, the one that everyone might expect you to go down, instead of the one that brings you the greatest fulfillment and lets you shine the brightest. This is really a very curious reading, so we're going to look at the grounded action card. And it is the holiest temple. Now, I know right away that this card has to do with the saying your body is a temple. So let's look at the wisdom that it says. The body is the destination and the pathway home to everything that we seek. There's no greater power and no deeper wisdom than that which exists within. Your body has an intelligence beyond what you could possibly imagine. It's always talking to you, sometimes singing, other times screaming. It's through the body that our soul and the divine can speak. Your intuitive senses are forever delivering information to guide you every moment of every day. What's your body wanting you to know today? What does it have to say? How can you call your soul to you more fully? So many of us were taught to dismiss the body or to see the body as something other than sacred. This is one of the worst crimes there is. For there's no greater companion for the soul than the physical body, and no more sacred a vessel than it. This card is an invitation to move your body and to cherish it, to prioritize its needs above all else, to honor it, to shower gratitude upon it. Yes, the body is the destination, not just the vehicle. It will show you how to process and how to heal. Through the body, you'll be able to experience it all. The highs and the lows, the salty and the sweet, the ecstasy and the agony. When we're disconnected from the body, we're disconnected from the sacred in the soul. Your body knows how to move through all that life throws at you. So dance, run, walk, shake. Whatever you do, your body knows what you need, and it will show you the way through everything and anything if you let it. And this card comes with a soul inquiry that says, how are you being called to move your body today? So this really is a fascinating reading to me. It looks like your situation might have to do with being in alignment or misalignment, and I'm sure you understand better than anyone else what that is like. But the danger that comes that you might not see is whether you're taking the steps towards the destiny life as opposed to the fated life. And finally, a grounded action that you can do in order to ensure that you are avoiding the danger of following the fated life is to put yourself more in your body. Experience more of yourself. Cherish your body as the temple for your soul that it is, and allow yourself to flourish in your physicality. Did you enjoy your reading so far? Well, you're absolutely welcome to take these cards with you if you'd like. Perhaps put them in a space that you see quite frequently as a sort of reminder of what it is you might need to do. Perhaps just as a cute little good luck charm. You know what I mean? Excellent. There you are. Wonderful. Now we're going to create your crystal grid for you. And I have some wonderful crystals in mind. Let me just put my oracle deck away. Yes, I do really mean it. You may keep those cards. I felt as though they were calling to you. Alright. So, I'm going to use this as the mat for your crystal grid. And we would like protection and abundance, correct? So I have a cute little citrine tumble that I think will go quite nicely for the center stone of your crystal grid. Next, we're going to use some sunstone. And this is quite good for creativity and motivation. So I think it goes quite well with the reading that we did just now. Next, we'll have some lovely smoky quartz. To give us some clarity and focus. Next, we'll do some black tourmaline for grounding. And then I have for myself here, I thought you might like to use some obsidian, specifically golden sheen obsidian, for added protection. And last but not least, I have my lovely little selenite wand to activate everything. Alrighty, let's get started with building your crystal grid. First, we're going to start with a citrine. we're going to put this in the center of the grid. And actually, I'm going to point it this way, so that's pointing outwards. Because the idea of crystal grid is that we want to send our prayer outwards, where God or the universe or whatever else you believe in can hear it. Next, I'm going to take some sunstone, and I think I will do 5 pieces of sunstone, and we have to make sure that they're pointing outwards again. So we put one there. Oops. I'm going to actually do it, yes, like that, because my thought is with the sunstone and the smoky quartz, I want to make the shape of a star. And another piece of sunstone. I think this one. This one. Make sure it's pointing outwards. And one more. Making sure they're all evenly apart. I don't know about you, but I really do love the sound of crystal chips clinking together. And here's a fun fact. I am actually wearing, I don't know if you can see quite well inside my little crystal locket, but I'm actually wearing some sunstone chips, some smoky quartz chips, and some black tourmaline chips inside my locket, along with some Herkimer diamonds as well. It's quite a nice combination, I think. Alrighty, smoky quartz. I think I will choose this one. And next, I like to choose the ones that are pointy, so that it makes it easier for them to point outwards. Smoky quartz. Oops, I can't get this one to stay. Smoky quartz is interesting in that it has the properties, the clearing properties of clear quartz. And I think some of the focus and amplification too. But it also has purification properties, thanks to its smokiness. I need to get it just right. I'm very particular about these. this one is a nice piece. Turn it out this way. And I like this one. That way. Try this one. This one has more clear in it, but there. Oops. Sorry. It can be a little bit difficult to put back in. I'll find it later, don't worry. The stones always come when you need them and leave when you don't need them anymore. That's the fascinating thing I've learned about crystals. Okay, now we're going to use our obsidian. Yes, it was most curious. While I was getting some things ready earlier, as I was trying to open my smoky quartz bottle, I accidentally dropped it and all the crystals, most of them, spilled out. So I think they are quite attracted to the ground. But we're working on black tourmaline, and so I'm going to put these in the center between the different star points to make a circle. Or something like a circle. Something bright and shining. I think I like this one best. Yes, that looks very good on my end. Alright, and last but not least, some golden sheen obsidian. That was one of the things I was organizing before you came in. I don't know if you can quite see it so well in the lighting, but when you tilt golden sheen obsidian, you see? It looks like it has a golden shine underneath it. And obsidian is quite powerful for protection as well. So, I think what I'm going to do is put these in a circle all around the grid. I'm actually going to put this one up here, so it's quite a big piece. So we'll do that to balance out the slightly smaller piece of smoky quartz. Put that there. So I'm going to put this in between. I need a bigger one. Here. It's all about the sacred geometry and the proportions. I'm going to put this smaller one here. What do you think? Is it turning out good so far? Do you like it? And there, we need a smaller pointy one for this guy. Thinking whether I did this way I wanted it to do. I see where I went wrong. It's supposed to be between. That's where I went wrong. So I'm going to put some more in. No wonder that seemed lopsided. I just hope I have enough. I should have enough to make the circle round. Okay, that's looking much better. It that way so it doesn't settle. Let's see, I need a smaller one. This guy. Pointing outwards. Let's put this one here. Actually, we'll do this one in between. And what's the one I was going to use? I think I will do this one. Excellent. Perfect. And there is your finished grid. What do you think? I think it looks quite nice. How about you? So now I'm going to take my selenite wand and activate it, keeping your wish in mind for success and protection. crystal grid is now active and should be working quite well. You're welcome to take it home. If you do have any issues with it staying like it is, you can of course take a picture, especially if you're trying to move it and some of the pieces move out of their positions. Go ahead and take a picture so that you can remember where each piece goes in case you do ever need to reconstruct it. And don't worry, if it does move, if the pieces do move and come out of their original positions, it's okay. Simply put them back where they were and your grid will continue to function as normal. Do you like your crystal grid? Oh, wonderful. I'm so glad. Let me just gently take it off. And here you go. And now, the last portion of our appointment is mixing up some delightful potions. So I'm going to make you 3 potions. The first one is going to be one that invites success, growth, and abundance, encouraging you to come into alignment. The second one has to do with enjoying all those things that make life beautiful. It's supposed to enhance your creativity and motivation in order for you to take out that grounded action, to carry out the grounded action. And then the last one is meant to be a protective potion. Now this one is a little bit potent. You don't need very much of it at a time. So make sure not to use too much of it. So this is what I'm going to use for my first potion. It has some lovely white tea, coconut chips, and dried pineapple. I do hope you aren't allergic to any of these things that I'm going to be putting in the potions. Okay, excellent. Alright. So for this first one, let's get ourselves a good mix in there. Doesn't it smell good? I quite like this blend for my potion making. These are such delightful potions. Always love the sense of growth, abundance, and success. But really, who doesn't love those? And besides, abundance does not always mean wealth. You can be abundant in many things. Alright. It's time to activate. With water from a sacred well that bathes under the light of the full moon. Now for this potion, you're going to want to smell it at least 3 times a day. It's primarily one that's intended as a perfume. You can, of course, also daub it on your skin. If ever, I tend to use this one. I like to put it on my wrists and on my heart chakra. So there is that potion for you. You're going to want to let it sit for 3 hours before your first use. Next, we have this lovely blend of green tea, peach leaves, and apricots. Go ahead and take a wonderful long sniff of that one. Quite nice, isn't it? I think so too. Now for the creativity and motivation potion. And I have a question for you. Do you want it to be lots of creativity or lots of motivation? Because that determines how many apricot pieces or peach petals I put into it. A good mix of both? Excellent, I will do that. We'll see what I can do. When doing apothecary duties, you always have to be prepared for a mess to be made. Even if there isn't a mess that is made. Let's get some more green tea there. It acts as the stabilizer between the peach petals and the apricot pieces. perhaps it would go easier if I just poured some out onto my table. We could definitely use some more. A little bit more. Alright. So as you can see, we've got quite a good mix of peach petals and dried apricot. Now we're going to activate this potion. Alright. Now this one you can put in the spot that you tend to be most creative in. So on your desk, or perhaps in your kitchen if you like to cook, perhaps in a little reading corner if you like to read and write, or maybe on your nightstand if you want to have creative dreams. Or you can also, again, this is for creativity, but also motivation. So you might bring it with you when you go to the gym, or if you go anywhere, like any sports that you do, for good dash motivation. And you can simply pop the top off and let its aroma permeate the room and get your creative juices going. There's that one. And now we're going to do the final potion, and as I said, it is quite potent. You don't need very much of it. And it should last you a long time because of it. we're going to be using green needle tea. It smells wonderfully sweet. And we are also going to be using butterfly pea flowers. So, let's get started. I think let's do that green tea first, because again, it acts as the stabilizer. Perhaps it's easier to do this. Then again, we get messes. Butterfly pea flowers are what make this so potent. Green tea acts as a stabilizer for their properties. Otherwise, the whole thing would dissolve and vaporize. That's kind of how powerful it is. It's like, you know, a 70% alcohol solution. The green tea is like the water in that solution, while the butterfly pea flowers are the alcohol. And 100% alcohol evaporates quite quickly, whereas 70%, not so much. It tends to linger, and that is what allows it to clean properly. So it's the same principle with these butterfly pea flowers. You have to add a little bit of green tea in order for them to not immediately put all of the power out in one go. Otherwise, the potion will effectively be useless. this one, I recommend letting it sit for 6 hours in order to reach its full potency. It will be, of course, potent already when using it. However, in order for it to be fully effective, you do have to let it sit a bit. And again, you don't need very much of this potion. A single drop will do, and I recommend adding 1 drop to your morning beverage, and it will carry you throughout the rest of the day. It really is that powerful. And also the butterfly pea flowers make it turn a lovely blue. I think already it is starting to do that. So there is that potion. Alrighty, and I believe that is it for today's appointment. If you have any questions, please call me either on the number that you saw on the card when you made this appointment, or you can email me on that email address as well. Let me know if you have any issues or any questions, and I will be happy to troubleshoot or answer as you require. I hope you have a lovely and beautiful Samhain this year, and I will see you next time. Stay sparkling.